Good afternoon. My name is Larry Klayman. You know me as the founder of both Judicial Watch and now Freedom Watch. I'm the chairman and general counsel. In the last few years, I went to court on behalf of myself because I'm a lawyer. I communicate with clients. And Edward Snowden had revealed that the national security agencies, the NSA, CIA, was grabbing all of our telephonic metadata, in fact spying on hundreds of millions of Americans, including myself. I was successful in this lawsuit that I brought against President Obama, the national security agencies, and other agencies, and the judge issued preliminary injunctions ordering the National Security Agency to stop, that it was a violation of the Fourth Amendment. In fact, that gave rise to what's known as the USA Freedom Act, which now requires that telephonic communications be kept in the hands of the actual telephone suppliers like Verizon, Sprint, and AT&T until a warrant is received from the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, that's known as FISC. But with the revelations yesterday of WikiLeaks, we know that obviously that's not happening. The law continues to be violated. In addition, we have a whistleblower by the name of Dennis Montgomery that I've talked about on other YouTubes who came forward to the FBI under grant of immunity, who was able to reveal many of the same things that WikiLeaks confirmed yesterday in its document dump. The FBI has been sitting on this investigation for 2 years. Montgomery testified under oath, and he produced 47 hard drives with over 600 million pages of material, some of which was classified. I've never seen it. I don't want to see it. That's for the government to sift through. And because the FBI has been sitting on this for 2 years, I recently asked the head of the House Judiciary Committee, Bob Goodlatte, to find out from Director Comey of the FBI what's been going on. In fact, it looks like nothing's been going on, that it's been buried. It looks like it's been covered up. The FBI is probably engaging in illegal surveillance along with the NSA and CIA itself, and that may explain why it's been buried. I actually went to the FBI with the help of a fine federal judge by the name of Royce C. Lambert of the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, one of the few people, frankly, that I can trust in Washington. It's very important that the United States not be controlled by this dark state, this Orwellian state, as Judge Leon put it in his various orders when he ruled in my favor. This is extremely dangerous. And it is very likely that President Obama, as President Trump pointed out, is behind these wiretaps or knows of them. And in fact, the President himself, Trump, has been wiretapped in all likelihood, as well as some of his national security advisors and others around him, like General Michael Flynn, who's had his life virtually destroyed by this illegal surveillance, even though he did nothing wrong, and even though he's in the right. But we live in a state now where anybody that challenges the government, anyone that wants to change things, that wants to make America great again, that brings it back to the people, are going to be destroyed by these intelligence agencies. And the people that are still in charge are Obama appointees, or people embedded in the government who are sympathetic to Obama, that still follow his orders. And we know that he's running out of his mansion in Colorado, Washington, huge mansion, in a very rich section, this counter-government. So we are going back to court today before Judge Leon and asking him to expand this case to take into account what we now know about the full extent of these illegal activities, many of which WikiLeaks revealed just yesterday, but which Montgomery actually had also gone forward to the FBI to deal with. And they've had this now for at least 2 years. It's very serious. We know that the people involved who likely are behind the leaks, behind the illegal surveillance, are the former head of the CIA, John Brennan, an Obama appointee, and James Clapper, former head of the DNI, Director of National Intelligence, who lied to Congress and said this stuff wasn't going on. He should be in jail right now for perjury and also for crimes. The same is true of Brennan. So we're dealing here with a very serious situation that can only be dealt with by this very fine judge, Richard Leon, who already has cases in progress. We've asked him now to go to trial on these matters to allow for discovery, which he can take in camera. A lot of these things can't be seen by the American people, but the judge can. He has a security clearance. The onus is on him. The fate of the nation is on him. It's not enough to simply file Freedom of Information Act requests, as my former group has said that it's done with regard to various issues involving this surveillance. These agencies will claim a national security exemption. Nothing will come out through the Freedom of Information Act that is of any value. But this case in front of Leon can really be the straw that breaks the intelligence community's camel's back. And that's why we need your support, because we're up against tremendous forces here. We're up against powerful people and powerful agencies who, in fact, are most likely more powerful than the President of the United States himself. And in fact, you can see how in the last few weeks they've been trying to destroy the presidency of Donald Trump, with the chief puppeteer being Barack Obama. Obama is part of our lawsuits. In fact, these famous cases that we won are styled Klayman versus Obama. And of course the National Security Agency and CIA are in them too. And I even filed class action suit on behalf of all of the American people. That's in front of Leon too. So please go to our website at freedomwatchusa.org. freedomwatchusa.org. Tweet us. You can find it on the chyron of this YouTube video. And please donate handsomely to Freedom Watch. We're very small. We're the mouse that roared. We need your help because we need to hire more people. We need to ramp this up because we cannot have this dark state, which in fact has a doomsday machine, a la Dr. Strangelove, if you remember that movie of Stanley Kubrick many, many years ago. This is highly dangerous. This country cannot survive with these intelligence agencies getting into everything that we do, with the potential for blackmail and coercion. You want to know why Chief Justice Roberts may have flipped on Obamacare at the last moment, rubber stamping what President Obama wanted, the Affordable Care Act? Was it because, as Montgomery is pointed out, our whistleblower, and came forward with, that they have stuff on the Chief Justice of the United States and coerced him or blackmailed him to that decision? This possibility exists. Even John Grisham has written novels about things like this. So we need your support. Please donate to freedomwatchusa.org. I'm not doing this for the money, I'm doing it for the principle. But we need the resources to take on these powerful forces. freedomwatchusa.org. God bless you. God bless America. May God save America. Have a nice day.